Saw the movie Black Panther. It is a great science fiction action drama movie. I'm going to talk about the cons, and then I'm going to talk about the pros. There aren't many cons, but I'm going to talk about the cons first, then the pros. Starting with the cons, it's disappointing. Eric Killmonger, the main supervillain, he only wears the Black Panther costume once, which is in the climax scene. I would have wanted to see him wear and using the Black Panther costume in more than just the climax scene or in the climax. And second con is Claw. He's a major enemy of Black Panther. He's killed early in this movie. He's a formidable adversary because he has a sonic arm disruptor cannon on, and he's able to easily able to destroy a table, easily able to destroy a car, and he's killed early in this movie. And with it being a major formidable adversary and a major enemy of Black Panther, it's extremely I wanted to see him for most of this movie, not killed early in this movie. And even if he does get resurrected, which is highly possible, in the Avengers Infinity War, it doesn't change. It was still a dumb decision to kill major enemy of Black Panther, and the Black Panther major enemy of Black Panther, it is killed early in a Black Panther movie. And then the third con is M'Baku, aka that is his supervillain name or super name, which is Manape, is never used in this movie. And I can understand why it's not used. It doesn't change. I still hate it that a supervillain or super character gets used and that their super name is never used. It makes me think of same thing was done with Venom in Spider-Man 3. He was never called Venom at all. It was never brought. His supervillain name was never used. And also, his costume was not mostly the same or the exact same as that of his character in the Marvel 616 universe mainstream continuity. Again, that's extremely disappointing also, if either depict the character right or don't depict them at all, as far as, which includes both their costume and using their super name. That's not going to be used if the costume isn't going to be mostly the same or the exact same, and their super name isn't going to be used at all in the movie or movies, then don't use them at all. Now on to the pros. This has terrific. Wakanda is the most advanced country in the MCU, and with it being a royal country, the clothes are terrific that they wear and are unique. They're terrific. Well, they're not. They're terrific. Correction, they're terrific, and if they seem similar to other countries, other African countries, I would assume that's because Wakanda is meant to be a unique culture, but also a combination of Africa cultures. So, great clothes for the citizens of Wakandans or Wakanda citizens. Also, there is also the sets with Wakanda being the main being the star, and you also have South Korea at night, a casino, great casino in downtown South Korea, which is during a chase scene. You got mountains shown of Wakanda and a high amount of snow and wind, and these mountains, no doubt it was extremely cold, and no doubt it looks extremely cold and got a high amount of snow with these mountains and wind. And also, there's also downtown Wakanda. There's also Wakanda shown with these impressive, terrific buildings, breathtaking buildings, including skyscrapers. There is no slums or no ghetto. Everything, you just got all these terrific buildings for this entire country. It mostly makes me think of, it seems most similar to Chicago in the movie, science fiction action movie I, Robot. It seems that advanced. It seems like they're that advanced, and it also has They also have the trains used in Wakanda, trains in Wakanda. They move at an incredible speed. An incredible speed, like I'm trying faster. They move freaking. They move so damn fast. It's like they're making Ferraris. They move so damn fast that they're making Ferraris or Lamborghinis look inferior by comparison. So impressive damn speed. And there's a show and tell for how Wakanda became a country, and why Wakanda is how Wakanda became a country, how Wakanda got the vibranium, how they became the extremely advanced or highly advanced civilization or country, including how they got the vibranium, and along with how the person gets superhuman abilities. They drink this herb, and this herb gives them superhuman abilities, is how they become the Black Panther, which has superhuman abilities. So great show and tell. There was also it was brought up when T'Challa sees his father in the Ancestrals plane. His dad does tell him that he's a good man with a good heart, and that was telling, but this telling wasn't for nothing, because it's shown in the movie that T'Challa is, aka Black Panther, is a good man with a good heart, because the CIA agent Everett Ross, he gets shot. T'Challa, Black Panther, decides to bring him to Wakanda so he can get his gun wounds can get repaired by Wakanda technology. Of course, this comes at the price of bringing an outsider in Wakanda, but it doesn't matter, because that's what Black Panther, T'Challa, views this as the right thing to do. Believes this is the right thing to do. Someone's suffering, you shouldn't just leave them behind. Even it was brought up, it was his choice to take that bullet, but it doesn't change that T'Challa still believes it's still the right thing not to leave a wounded person behind and not repair the damage that person has. So he's able to, shows compassion for him, or shows he wants to help him, and he's able to help him, and those gunshot wounds do get healed. And also after, when Black Panther fights, he decides, after most likely being convinced by Killmonger that it's best that it's moral or just or right that Wakanda share its technology, so oppressive person decides to be different from other kings, because Wakanda is going to, after the climax of the movie, he brings up the new policies or something new for being a new king, that Wakanda is going to share its technology with persons that need it, so other countries aren't suffering, other persons don't continue to suffer without the help of Wakanda technology. And also when he fights, he's able to defeat Killmonger, and Killmonger brings, by getting a knife into Killmonger's body, but he doesn't remove it, and Killmonger brings up that he wanted to see, his dad talked about Wakanda, and his dad wanted to see the sunrise or something about related to Wakanda. And after this climax fight, T'Challa decides to give him what he wants. He takes them, they're on the train tracks, he takes them up to Wakanda, to the outside of Wakanda. He's able to see the sunrise of Wakanda, and T'Challa brings up that Wakanda does have the technology to heal his wound after removing the knife, and except Killmonger, so he offers to heal him, but Killmonger and this was which is amazing, because impressive, because when he was fighting Killmonger did throw him when they were fighting, so Killmonger could become the king of Wakanda. Killmonger did throw him off the waterfall, throw him off the edge of a waterfall, so it's pretty damn impressive that T'Challa or Black Panther decided to still help him even after that. And except Killmonger deciding he doesn't want to continue to live in bondage the same as his ancestors. Would rather die than live in bondage. He decides to remove the blade and then dies. So it was extremely surprising to me and terrific that for this hero and this villain, after this climax, that the main hero and the villain, that there was hostility in the climax as expected, and an intense fight, but it was extremely surprising to have, like, for the hero and the villain after this climax, that there would be no hostility between the hero and villain. It was extremely surprising. It seemed really damn similar to Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader in Star Wars Return of the Jedi, that there was, after that climax, that there was no hostility between the two of them. So it was extremely surprising, and it's great that it was shown that with his dad saying that he's going to be with a good heart, that it was shown in the movie. So yes, that was an exception of show. It was talked about, but then it was telling done first and then showing. So it wasn't negative because it was still shown in the movie. For T'Challa, you're a good man when his dad said you're a good man with a good heart. It has you got these likable group of likable characters. CIA agent Everett Ross, he has a background as an Air Force pilot, and he gets to use that in the climax because he's flying this Wakanda simulation, this jet to shoot down Wakanda jets, so those weapons can't be taken to oppress people, because those jets are carrying Wakanda weapons. They're going to be given to oppressed people, so oppressed people can fight back. And those are shot down. Those are shot down by the CIA agent Everett Ross. You also got Shuri, that is T'Challa's sister. She is the creator of the Black Panther suits, which can absorb kinetic energy and then release the kinetic energy and create this explosions, which gets shown multiple times in the movie. And she also was able to get the herb, the last of an herb, before they were destroyed by. All the herbs were destroyed by Killmonger when he becomes king, ordering all the herbs to be destroyed. But she's still able to get that herb and give it to T'Challa, so he get his abilities back, his superhuman abilities back. And also, she also gets involved in the final climax fight because she has these sonic disruptors that she uses on Killmonger when he's in the Black Panther costume. He's still able to destroy those He's still able to destroy those sonic disruptors, but she still proved that she was able to also got involved in the climax fight. There's also M'Baku. M'Baku was he did challenge in these great fight. You also have Shuri, that is basically the version of Obi-Wan Kenobi. The Black Panther version of Obi-Wan Kenobi. He does have, he brings up the reason why Killmonger has responsible for vengeance, and mainly why his dad died, is because he was responsible for reporting that his dad was selling weapons on the Wakanda weapons on the black market, including selling them to Claw. And as a result, he tells them that he's the one responsible for his pain, not T'Challa, which is why Killmonger kills Shuri. And you also got so you got this group of likable characters. You also have these great action scenes, which includes Black Panther chasing Claw, which is in downtown South Korea, and showing off the Black Panther suit, including ripping off a tire on a car. So great action scenes. You and also have the two sides of the argument are shown for why Wakanda should get involved or shouldn't get involved with helping other countries. If Wakanda does get involved and they share their technology, then those persons could use that technology. Then those persons could use that technology for evil. It would no longer be a secret that Wakanda it would be exposed for Wakanda. It would no longer then Wakanda. The outside world. The lie is that outsiders know Wakanda. Outsiders don't know the truth about Wakanda. That it's a highly advanced technology that has vibranium. They're been told the lie that Wakanda is a third world underdeveloped country. So if Wakanda actually gets involved with helping using that Wakanda technology, it would no longer be a secret. Then they would obviously know the truth that Wakanda isn't a third world. Know the truth that it's a lie that Wakanda is a third world underdeveloped country. They're a highly advanced technology that has the great technology that is vibranium. And so there's that, and the fact that persons could use it for evil, and with persons also using it for evil, they would also no doubt would create more wars because persons wanting to get those Wakanda weapons, and other bringing it up that because Wakanda has this technology that it's moral just be responsible, including by responsible to share this technology, and along with create a refugee program to help persons, helping other persons, including other countries. So both sides of the argument are shown, which is great. This is preaching. It's not preaching to the viewer, but it's a movie that preaches stuff but isn't preaching to the viewer, because it's the characters talking to other characters about these real world problems. And you also have this great character that he's a three-dimensional. All the characters are three-dimensional because you got the main supervillain that is Eric Stevens, Killmonger. It is Najadaka. His dad was killed. His dad, the traitor Najabo, was killed. Is the traitor that was the one selling the weapons on the black market, including the claw, all for the purpose. So because he's seeing the oppressed persons oppressed, so he sees the solution that give these persons these Wakanda weapons, so these oppressed persons have the weapons to fight back and no longer are oppressed, and Wakanda can become this empire. And Zuri was also a spy that he didn't know didn't know that he was also a spy until after being not during. You didn't know before, or you didn't know that Zuri is a spy until after his activities were reported to T'Challa's dad, that is a Black Panther. It's shown in a flashback scene and so Zuri reports that to Shaka, and N'Jobu is talked about with the whole council. He's going to face judgment for the council, most likely being sent to prison, and he doesn't want that, so he attempts to kill Zuri, and T'Challa ends up killing. Where was I? Yes, okay, I gotta start over again with this whole thing with these characters. The characters, you got these characters. There is three-dimensional characters. The good characters, they still have dirt on their hands. They still have done these bad things, and even with these bad characters, these with the characters that are the villains, you could still understand them. Like Najabu, his goal of why he was selling Wakanda weapons on the black market was he's seen outside of Wakanda that persons are oppressed, and he sees the solution: give the persons selling these weapons, including to Claw, sell these weapons, give these these oppressed persons the Wakanda weapons so they can fight back and they're no longer oppressed, and Wakanda can become this empire. And Zuri doesn't agree with that. It's reported to T'Chaka, and as a result, Najabu, not wanting to face imprisonment, attempts to kill Zuri, but T'Chaka kills Najabu to save Zuri, and so you understand why he killed him, but he still has blood on his hands, and this isn't brought up to T'Challa until years later when he's king, when he demands to know the truth about his father, and he's told the truth about his father, and not just that, but also Najabu is Najadaka's father, and he had sex. When he fell in love with a American woman, had a child with an American woman. He is Wakanda, but he isn't a full-blooded Wakanda. He was not brought back to Wakanda. He was abandoned. His father was killed, and he had to grow up in Oakland, and he saw he experienced prejudice, and he saw lots of prejudice in Oakland. So you got N'Chaka, aka Eric Stevens, the Killmonger. So it's extremely sad that he has all of these terrible things that happen to him, and with losing his father, having to grow up in Oakland and experience all those prejudice, and seeing the prejudice, and also the fact that he was abandoned. The whole why T'Chaka never brought him back to Wakanda, because he would have been an outsider, and Wakanda doesn't bring outsiders into their country because then they would know the truth about their country, including their advanced technology. So it's understandable why T'Chaka made that decision, but it still doesn't change that it's still something something terrible. You understand it, but it's still something terrible. It's still something negative. So you got these, and Zuri's the one that kept the secret for all these years until T'Challa demanded that he know the truth and was told the truth. So even with these good characters, they've done these bad things, showing them to be three-dimensional characters, and adding complexity. And then also you don't agree with Najadaka, Eric Stevens, Killmonger. His goal being, his goal being after becoming the king of Wakanda is you don't agree with him, but you can understand him, but you don't agree with him. You don't agree with him, but you still can understand him, which makes him with his goal being good, except the methods are messy. He's a well-intentioned extremist, which makes this which makes him a damn interesting, compelling, great character. With him being a well-intentioned extremist, he has a good goal, but the methods are messy. With the whole give all these oppressed persons Wakanda weapons so they can fight back against their oppressors, and they'll no longer be oppressed. And so it's at multiple, and you understand why T'Challa doesn't want. He grew up in royalty as a son of a king in Wakanda, the most advanced country in the MCU. So he didn't experience the prejudices, and you're able to understand both of these characters, the events of what made them who they are, and including T'Challa, aka the Black Panther, and also you have these you have these great fights because you have these great fights with M'Baku. M'Baku's the first to challenge T'Challa to become the king of Wakanda, and it's a great fight with T'Challa able to win because it's a great close fight that T'Challa is able to gets close to getting knocked out, but he doesn't. He's able to continue to fight and able to defeat M'Baku by using an arm submission, using a wrist lock, and M'Baku decides to pay him back for that deed of sparing his life because he takes and pays that back, which I'll bring up, but also in another Eric Stevens, aka Killmonger, he also challenges T'Challa to become the king of Wakanda, and this is also it's a decent close fight, but then it becomes an embarrassment that Killmonger having military experience, not surprised he's able to win this fight because of military experience, and it becomes an embarrassment, and Killmonger is able to throw T'Challa off the edge of a waterfall. And during these fights to become the king of Wakanda, they both have it's never both of them. It's the T'Challa, he does drink the herb or something that removes his superhuman abilities to make this a fair fight. They both have weapons. It's never made clear what the rules are, but I would assume it's obvious. One can win by submission. One can win by battlefield removal, as shown. And I would assume give up or knockout is also ways the person could win to become the king of Wakanda, become the Black Panther. And you got this great climax. You have this great climax fight of Najat, where Killmonger is fighting the Wakanda military, and also his W'Kabi and his crew are also fighting the Wakanda. And his crew are also fighting the Wakanda military, and M'Baku also gets involved, which is a main reason why the Black Panther and the Wakanda military is able to win, because M'Baku and his tribe get involved and and W'Kabi and his crew surrender. And M'Baku, he does pay T'Challa back for sparing his life he puts him in this ice thing so he'll remain alive, and Suri does give him the herb to get his abilities back as the Black Panther, and he's able to wake up, and T'Challa asks him for help to fight Killmonger and his army, and he decides to decline because no king asked him for a favor before, and brings up the promise about Wakanda kings before him, but still M'Baku still decides to get involved in the fight, and as a result, he gets rewarded for helping him in that fight by a seat on the Wakanda Council. So he's a likable character shown in the movie, and it's in a post-credit scene. It is shown T'Challa talking about that Wakanda is going to get involved in helping other countries, and obviously it surprises Wakanda is going to get involved in helping other countries. A reporter surprised about this because the outside world still hasn't been informed that the truth about Wakanda isn't an underdeveloped third world country. They're a highly advanced country with vibranium. So that is shown in a great post-credits with T'Challa deciding to be different from the kings before him instead of just being the exact same as the kings before him, instead of Wakanda being an isolated country. They're going to be involved with helping other countries, and also in an after credit scene is Winter Soldier Bucky Barnes, aka the Winter Soldier. He's shown waking up and Shuri talking to him, including calling him White Wolf. So it's already known that he's going to be, from the previews, he's going to be in Avenger Infinity Wars. But it's brought up whole thing with White Wolf. Now, White Wolf, if I recall right, White Wolf is a, if I recall right, White Wolf is a enemy of the Black Panther. I think he's supposed to be like the evil version of Black Panther. So possibly, maybe that's foreshadowing that Bucky Barnes becomes the White Wolf, which is possible in the MCU. And oh yeah, there's also a terrific, as usual, it was really surprising a great cameo by Stan Lee. He talks to Agent Ross in a South Korean casino, and he says, "I'll just hang on to the chips that T'Challa purchased at a South Korean casino." My rating of, I rate Black Panther 8 out of 10. It's a great movie. Obviously, it has cons, but it obviously has cons, as you can see, as I brought up. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot. There's also a great climax fight with Black Panther fighting Killmonger, and they both have these Black Panther suits. It happens on the surface of above, and then it gets moved down to a train shack of underground Wakanda track, and it's a great close fight. And Black Panther is able to, the evil Black Panther fighting the good Black Panther, and Black Panther is able to win because I think he throws up a knife or something, and then is able, with the suit exposed, he's able to stab Killmonger with that knife. So it's a great climax. It takes place in two different locations. A great climax involving the evil final fight involving the evil Black Panther and the good Black Panther. And that